Good morning, everyone. I forgot to hit the go live button again, which is weird. I hope everybody's doing great this Saturday morning. Mr. Bo, welcome. I appreciate you being here early. Sorry about the confusion about the days and times and all that. I originally started it and I posted this on Instagram saying it starts at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. But I decided to change for the summer to show, so I would have time to go buy yard sales on the way home from work on the weekends. So I switched it to 9 a.m. on the weekends. So yeah, it's a little confusing, but 8 a.m. Central Standard Time will be this pretty much standard go-to time throughout the year. But there might be some times during the summer where it goes to 9 a.m. So anyway, let's get into it this morning. So y'all know that I usually talk about what knives I carried last night first thing. And today is no exception. And I got a little story to tell, so in my front pocket, I have my KB Pioneer. Love this knife. It is an absolute laser beam, and the action is just, can't get any better. So I'm loving that thing. And then in my back pocket again, I have my brand new Tacom, which doesn't have a name yet. It's a pre-production knife that I got at Blade Show. So I don't know what this one will actually be called when it comes out. But I'm loving it too. Something I have learned with this knife is since these thumb studs stick out kind of proud, they are removable, so I might remove them. And this front flipper, and the action is so good on this thing, when I put it in my back pocket, so it goes in my back pocket like this, which means the blade, I need to tuck it over the other side of my pocket if I'm going to carry it in my back pocket, because the blade opens to the middle of my pocket. Well, I was putting my wallet back in my pocket beside it this morning, and I guess I caught the thumb stud with my wallet, and the blade opened like that. So when I stopped by a yard sale to get my wallet out of my pocket, as I got out, I reached in my back pocket and cut the top of my knuckle completely off. Luckily, it was all that loose skin on the top of your knuckle, and it didn't go in deep, but it did take a big chunk out of that knuckle skin, that loose stuff right up there on the top. But it took out a big chunk of knuckle. So if I do carry two knives like I normally do, what I will have to do is so pretend this is the back pocket, which it is actually. So normally when I take one in my back pocket, I put it over on this side, and then I put my wallet right here. Well, as you can see, that blade can open in the pocket when I put it on that side, and that's what happened. My wallet caught the thumb stud going down, and it opened like that in my pocket, and the next time I reached in, I hit the top of it. So if I carry a right-handed knife in my back pocket, I need to tuck it over here on this side, because then the blade is against this side over here, and my wallet will not interact with the blade. So I have learned something this morning. Good morning, Waylon, Knives Are Life, and TC. But yeah, if you do carry a right-handed knife in your back pocket, don't put it in this side like I have been doing, because the blade can come open and you can cut yourself. Put it in the other side of the pocket, so then nothing can interact with it and the blade stays tucked nicely against the side of that pocket. So that's my lesson for the day. I learned firsthand. Something else I wanted to talk about. I did a review on this knife last night. And this is a great little $29 Kaiser on Amazon right now. It is the Crocodile. And it is a great size knife. Great jimping. Nitro V blade steel. Azo design. Their lead designer. Cool micarta. And they're on sale for $29 right now on Amazon. So if you need an extra little beater knife, it's got a awesome deep carry clip. You can see how far down it goes. But great little $29 value knife. So I didn't show this one on yesterday's morning stream because I was going to do the unboxing. But I did show this one. And while doing the unboxing, I realized that this one needs a little better detent because it will fail very easily. It'll fail even before halfway. So it needs a little better detent, and the action is so drop shut on it that I think I could just put a little more pressure in the lock bar and give it a little more detent, and it wouldn't affect the knife. But I guess we will do that really fast and check that out. I've got a bunch of cool things to talk about this morning. We'll do that later on in the video. I don't want to start out with doing mods and stuff. That'll throw y'all off and get y'all bored right off the rip. Good morning, William. So, what I was reaching in my pocket to get my wallet out at the yard sale was for this. So this guy had a bag laying there. Don't know where it came from, but it said knife oil on it. Protect and restore. Don't even know what's in the bag, except for some cloth and the knife oil. Don't even know like really what kind of oil it is, but it was a pretty big bottle of so-called knife oil, and I got this whole thing for $1. It's even got a sharpening stone in there. Huh. Alright, well let's see what I got for $1. Not even sure. Got a little whetstone, not a wheatstone. A whetstone. Got a nice microfiber towel that has some stickiness on it. That's going right in the trash can. Then we got some kind of, we got a second stone. This one says 120 on it. Don't know what that other one doesn't have markings. And then we got some kind of instructions. So, apply 1 to 3 drops of oil on each side of the blade. So it is oil, sharpening oil. And then we have the oil itself, which is in a little spray bottle, which is weird. So I have no idea what this is. Morning, Scott. Good to see you, buddy. But I got it for $1. And this towel does not look used. So that's another cool little towel. I will keep this in this bag along with this towel and the 2 sharpening stones. Yeah, it'd be awesome to run across a whole collection. I agree. I ran across some cool ones a few weeks ago. Alright, so got that out of the way. Next, something that really cool that happened yesterday is I went on Reddit and I've got an alert set up that pops up anytime an integral knife comes up on Knife Swap for sale. So I got an alert yesterday about an integral for sale, and I went to the post and noticed a ton of nice knives. So I'm going to show you the post here. So this is the post. Let me see if I can zoom it up. Yeah, I can. All right. So, as it says at the top here, it says, hello, or hey everyone, I'm selling off a big chunk of my collection. Please let me know if you have any questions. Payment, PayPal, friends and family, no notes. Shipping, USPS priority with tracking and insurance. Ships by Monday, 6/16. And then we go down through here, we have knives for sale. We have a Chris Reeve Zahn. We have a Cold Steel Engage. We have a Curtis F3 Frag, which I really liked. He's already dropped the prices a bunch though. But he's got a custom Curtis F3 Frag. He started at $550 and he's dropped it to $500. He's got a ProTech TR3 Rare. So he started at $225 and he's down to $205. And that is that knife. I guess it is a rare version of that knife. He's got an Evo 2. Started at $600 and now it's dropped to $550. So as you can see, this gentleman has some nice knives. He's got a Spyderco's, a couple of great deals on Spyderco's. Here's a Rock Lobster that he sold for $230 and a smock that he sold for $130. He sold this smock for $130. So as you can see, there's a Riot. There's a Chris Reeve Sabenza Tanto for $400. So that knife, another nice knife. Let's see what else he's got. He had another ProTech SBR, a Purvis Zerx for $250, a Giant Mouse Ace Grand, and then he had this BRS Evolve Eon Integral frame lock. So I saw this thing and I was like, all right, gotta have it. So as you can see, it is a super nice knife in great condition. It says basically brand new in the box. It says very lightly used, original edge, doesn't need sharpening, box included, original owner, no blemishes. So he had it listed for $180. So I lowballed the guy, thinking he probably wouldn't accept the offer and I would have to come up a little bit. So I offered him $140, and he messaged me. Good morning, Ed. He messaged me and said, okay, I'll take the $140 for the knife. So I was like, all right. And he sent his PayPal, and his PayPal was at Joseph Vero. So I was like, what the heck? I was like, really? Morning, Pete. So I went and looked at his profile, and it is the actual Joseph Vero. So I just got an integral for $140 instead of $180 from Joseph Vero. And a side funny story about this, I'm telling Pete about it in a message while he's driving, and for some reason Pete got in his mind that I was buying it from Vero's son. So me and him go off on some weird track about his son selling off some knives, and I don't know where that came from, but it was funny. It was actually hilarious. Pete was trying to read and drive, I guess, and somehow he thought that it was Vero's son selling me the knife. But it is the real Joseph Vero. He is, if you go to his profile here, you will see that he is the guy that does that has posted all the Vero posts. So you go up here, the name of the account is Joe Real, and he's got the Vero logo, of course. And when you go down to posts, everything that he posts is Vero. Introducing the Vero Shift. Lux 3.3s are live. Bacon Lux. So they're all Vero posts. So it really is him. So that was cool. Yeah, it's pretty wild he's selling on Knife Swap. I was wondering why he was getting rid of some of his collection, but he says I'm selling off a big chunk of my collection. I guess he's got enough knives. So that was pretty cool. Then the even cooler thing that happened is I got a hold of a Chinese OEM that has a factory in Knife City. And they are an OEM. They make their own knives. They also make knives for other companies. No, Pete, this is a different person. This is somebody new. This Bo guy. He commented on my videos. He seems like a great guy. This is not the other guy. But anyway, I got a hold of this Chinese OEM. And they do OEM work for Boker and for a couple of other companies. But they have some really... She sent me their entire catalog. But they're pretty much all knives that I've not seen before. She sent me a picture of their factory, some videos of their factory. They are able to do work and put your logo on knives, which is super cool. So I'm happy about making a good OEM contact, and I want to show you some of the knives that they make. I guess starting with this one. So this is one of their models, and the cool thing about this OEM is the fact that they use real S35 VN blade steel and real M390 blade steel. They do quite a bit of Damascus work. This is a titanium and S35 VN, I believe. Let me look at the catalog really quick. I think I've got the catalog open. Maybe I don't. Hold on. Wait, I do have the catalog open in one of these tabs. So right here, this is M390 titanium and carbon fiber, and this is a different version, but it's $45 USD wholesale price. So pretty crazy wholesale prices. Yeah, $45 for M390, but this is when you're buying 100 of them. So I'm thinking I might get a logo drawn up by Pete, and I might import some of these knives after I get a sample, of course, I'll have to get a sample sent to me. And this is assuming that everything goes correctly. And I might set up an Amazon store with this logo and sell some of these knives, because I believe I could easily triple the price and sell it for $125, $135 on Amazon and sell them all day long for an M390 3.7 inch blade. But let me scroll through the catalog here and show you some of their prices. These are wholesale prices, of course, but they've got lots of designs. She needs me to help, but this one is D2 and G10 for $7.15. And then they have some, like this one's M390 in titanium. Same with this one. They have some button locks with S35 VN. But then they have some more down here. So they do sell some of their knives on Amazon already. But they have some really cool milled, like this one, this crossbar lock with the M390 blade and all that milling and titanium for $44. That's also a great deal. But as you go down here, they've got a ton of knives. And S35 VN, got some scalpels. They got karambit styles for $7. There's a titanium one with 9CR18 MOV for $25. But it would be cool to get some of these and put a logo on them and resell and start up a store on Amazon. Because some of the prices on these are ridiculous once you get down here to some of the cheaper stuff. But their factory is really nice. Let me show you. But they also have zirconia, Zirc, and Damascus. And some of the prices on them are great. And these prices are not, they're cheaper. Than what's on this. But that one is got M390 blade steel. Crazy. This one right here, she has 150 of this one made up right now, that ready to sell with M390. And I've got some pictures of it. So this one is one that she already has 150 units produced, and they're around $96 a piece for M390. I believe it was M390. Yeah, M390 Damascus 3.5 inch blade, 8.1 inch overall. So I could get a Blade Alchemy logo or whatever company name I come up with, put on the pivot. So, and she also told me that they are happy to work with me with my knife designs. I like this one too. I've got another one. Let's see. Yeah, this one right here was that model that they also offer. I like it too, and it's $92 for M390 Damascus That's this model in blue. But right here, you can see they've got some. So here's the blue G10 version. Or no, that's fiber carbon. Sorry. Carbon fiber. I said fiber carbon. But that one's the same model as that other one I showed you. Titanium S35VN instead of M390. And carbon fiber. But they've also got some knives like this for $12. $12. And a lot of these are the knives you'll find on Amazon for $19.99 or $23 or whatever. So like here's a $9.72. $9.72, $10. I've actually got one of their knives. I own a couple of them. There's another one. But some of these are those Amazon specials that you see for $19.99. People are almost tripling their money. Yeah, TC. I wouldn't care if they sold my logo to other people. Honestly, as long as I could sell the units I had. And as far as numbers, we talked about numbers a little bit, but she said I could definitely order less. Less than 100 for sure. The brand, here, I'll show you a video of their shop. So their shop, it's KMS is the brand. And here is their shop. This is like actually not, but the brand is KMS, or the OEM is KMS, but they're in the Knife City, and they actually started up in 2016, so they've only been going on like 9 years. But it looks like they've got facilities to do production. But KMS, King Mars, King Mars is the name of basically. But I'm definitely going to get I'm going to get a sample sent to me of some of these knives, because I want to see the quality, because I like the way they look enough. Yeah, the stamped blades part, that was something else. Like I said, that factory was probably a generic factory. That's probably not. Those stamped blades wouldn't be the same blades as the M390. Yeah, I'm gonna see if they can make plain Jane versions, and she definitely said I could send her my knife designs and they would help OEM it. So I want to get a few of them sent to me just to see the quality, because if they can produce a full titanium M390 knife for $40, then I'm good with that. So I would probably start off by getting some samples, maybe selling some on eBay or try to get an Amazon account. And then I would move on to trying to get them to OEM me something. But it was just kind of it was just something I ran across last night that kind of got me excited again about finding an OEM. And then, I had a couple of links. Let me go back to Firefox here. So I was talking about the 4MAX Scout yesterday, and it is on sale at Chicago Knife Works. The GrivX handle for $53. So if you need a tank of a knife, it's AUS 10. But if you've, I think that's what we're going to go do now, is we're going to go watch Joe X's video on the 4MAX Scout. Because I want y'all to see this video. Let me turn on some sound so we can hear Joe. If y'all don't know who Joe X is, he's a guy from Austria that tests knives, extremely tests knives. And the 4MAX Scout performs excellently. So we're going to watch this for just a few minutes. I'll skip ahead here in a minute.
You can see the tip is fine, nothing broke. Alright, now we test out the thread lock. Right. Yeah. Right. No roll-ups at the edge. Maybe tiny bits. I cannot see through the gas. Opens quite good, no problem here. Okay, I do some foam. Nothing That's a knife. It's cool. And it's outstanding. Wow. Just flex, no. I want to be sure. Okay. And so the tip is straight. The form. Not for that. It's not a knife. That's a cheap like me. Yeah. A tiny bit of a little bit off, not too much. Let's destructible folder for a folder. I'm not gonna work it against the iron because what I call a knife is definitely. Wow, it's taking out.
Yeah, I was muted. Sorry. 53 bucks is a great price, though. And as you can see with his video, he did get it to break eventually, but it took him 2 videos. And he ends up shooting it. He has a shooting range too, and he shoots them with Glocks and all kinds of stuff. But he's still doing videos. He did one 2 days ago and 6 days ago. He does a lot of Essie, Cold Steel, Mora. He does all kinds of stuff. But you got to go check him out, man. He got in trouble with his neighbors and had to go off air for a while. The government came and seized all his stuff, and then he won a case, and he got to reopen his channel. But he's still there. Yeah, Tops. Yeah, John. And they have some shady stuff with their shipping, too. Sometimes they just create a label. Like sometimes they have such a great deal, like on a knife, that they'll oversell and sell too many before they get it removed from the website. So whoever those last people are that ordered one, they'll act like they ship it to you and send you a tracking number, and then it'll just show that the label's been created and it never gets dropped off at the post office. And then you have to contact them, and then they'll give you some story about how it got lost, and then they'll refund you your money. But it takes you like 2 weeks. And the reason I know they do that is because they've done it twice to me, the same exact scenario that I just described, with 2 different knives, and all the steps happened exactly the same. They made the label, they sent me my tracking number. Then it looked like, then I messaged them and said that they drop off in bulk and it'll take them a couple of days to get them all scanned in. And then it keeps just showing label created. And then a couple of days later, you message them back and they'll say, and then they'll say, oh, it must have gotten lost. So let me check. And then they'll check. A couple days later, you finally message them again, they'll refund your money. All titanium 8010s for $210. Yeah, no, they're cool. Like, for the most part, Bo, they're legit. And I've gotten a lot of knives from them just fine. And I doubt that this Cold Steel will be one of the versions where they oversell it. Mine happened with they have some crazy deals on some like expensive knives, but a Cold Steel, they're going to have plenty of inventory. So don't worry about ordering from Chicago Knife Works. They're a good site. They just take forever to ship, and sometimes they give you a refund instead of shipping. So don't worry about it. Nothing to really worry about. I did have another link here. Oh, so that Spark EDC, the one with the fidget spinner built into it, has almost been finished now. So it does have the little spinner thing in the side. It's a thick boy, though. I don't know, to be as short as it is, I don't know if I can deal with how thick it is. But that's that little knife that I've been showing that had the fidget spinner built in to the side of it for you to play with. And you can't really tell how small it is, but it's pretty small. So 3 months ago, he posted his first concept, a sketch with the spinning gear. It's called the Spark Spin. So here's the Kickstarter for it. It hasn't launched yet. M390 knife. So they didn't get a table at Blade Show Atlanta, but they were there at Blade Show Atlanta with some prototypes. Yeah, Midway. Midway does have some crazy deals, John. Especially on some cold steels. They're always a great place to find all these deals is if you go to Reddit. There's a subreddit called Knife Deals, and that's where that one popped up. And pretty much these guys stay on top of anything that's got a good deal. Like Kaiser had some Father's Day sales. There's a Cormorant S35 VN closeout for $64 for the Cormorant at Knife Center. You can get a Sage, but the Glideman. I think Pete might have saw this one the other day because he asked me about a Glideman. My buddy posted his Cochise from Azusa Father's Day sale for $38, from $45 to $38, so that's cool. The Halt is 33% off, or they had a flash sale for the Halt. You add it to the cart and you get 33% off, so that's a good deal. But this it's down to $200 when you add it to cart. $99 off. So let's see if that works. Add to cart. Check out. Yeah, it drops it down to $200. $99 off. So that's an awesome deal. Oh, Pete, your buddy was selling a full tie one. I'm not sure, but that is a great deal. That's 33% off. The Halt for $200 is awesome. I wish I could show y'all the email chain I've had with Chicago Knife Works like twice now. There's a certain lady that works there that's like, the guy that runs the place is very unresponsive sometimes, and there's a girl that works for him that actually made things happen. But I've got email chains showing that whole little deal I was just talking about with Chicago Knife Works. So I'm not like making it up. I promised it happened twice exactly the same way. But I've had 7 or 8 other orders that went through decently and came pretty fast. So it's hit or miss. It's when you're trying to buy a knife that's normally $200 for $109, and then everybody grabs one and they run out. So if it's just a regular knife that you go browse for, it's one of these special ones that hits this Reddit, and then everybody rushes it, and it gets oversold. It's not just like if you go to Chicago Knife Works and find one on sale. Kind of a different situation, I guess, but this Knife Deals, in fact, they had a mini bug out for $99. Sold out on the GovX site. Caviso had 40% off of their Spydercos. But this Knife Deals is a great subreddit. I'm getting 5 knives in the mailbox today, so that's kind of cool. I'm getting my my 2 ducklings from Juful. I'm getting both of these today. This model, and hopefully he shows the other model. Yeah, and that model. So I'm getting both of those today. So that'll be cool. And then I'm getting the one of the Lemifshi original knives. I think it's called the F10 or the E10. Let me figure out what it's called. Cannot remember. But it's another one that he made that makes that ting noise. It's called the F10. Here's the original, here's the design of it. It's a pretty cool looking knife. It reminds me of the one I just got, the truffles a little bit, the blade shape. But I wish he would start making more knives that are original designs and then go legit. But here's the 3 versions he offers of it. It's got real S35 VM blade steel, and the blade looks a lot like the truffles. I got the one at the top up there, the black one in titanium. And I don't know why it has a blue clip, but it's got a blue clip on that black one, but that one's coming in today. And then the 2 the knives I bought off Knife Swap a week or so ago, I got that, I don't remember what model concept it was. I can't even remember. Aha, it was right here. I got this Concept Agent coming in today. So that's a big concept. It's been discontinued for a while now. It's got a giant blade. S35 VN. So I'm looking forward to that one today. It's got nearly a 4-inch blade. And then I bought this Wii Fornix. So I got both of these coming in today. And they both look like they were in great shape. I mean, this one looks unused. No marks on it. Love the look. I mean, it's got, oh yeah, it does have marks on the blade there, but I'll just bead blast it and then acid wash and stone wash it. So it does have those marks at the end of the blade, but the handle looks fine. So that's 4 of the 5 I'm getting in today. Oh no, that's all 5 of them. Yeah, the 2 ducklings, the Lemifshi, and then these 2. So tomorrow we'll get to check them out. This Concept Agent has been sold out for a while now. I think if you go to videos of it, yeah, 2020 was when Metal Complex did a video of it.
Hey guys, if you're shopping for knives and gear, make sure you check out the description of the video you're watching right now for links to some great online retailers.
See how big it is.
So that's fine.
Maybe it's not a 4-inch blade. Maybe it's not as big as I thought it was.
on one side,
had
the other side plain, right? So that there's always a smooth surface to pass over with the pocket clip. That would be really cool. But this is nice too. Ergonomically, fantastic. This thing melts into the hand. The lines are all perfect. It's not.
Oh, here we go. Measurements.
2 inches overall. Blade length coming in 3.5. Cutting
3.5.
Also,
okay.
3.5. That's nice. 3.5 full inches of cutting edge. How about some size comparisons up against the Ontario Rat Model 1? Rat 1 coming in at 8.6 inches overall.
Yeah, it's like 8.5 inches overall or something.
PM2 coming in at 8.3 inches overall, and this is looking. No, it's the angle.
So anyway, it's a pretty old knife, and the Fornix, I believe, is still available. No, 2021. So maybe they're not available anymore either. I don't know. Maybe they are. Let's see. Whoa, what happened? Oh, I went to AI. Yeah, they're still available. 3.4 inch. Oh, no, sold out. They're not available. I don't know what I'm talking about nowadays. So we'll get to look at those tomorrow. I did want to try to fix the detent on this knife today. And if you didn't see earlier, this is a great $29 Kaiser with Nitro V blade steel. It's on sale on Amazon right now. I did an unboxing video of it yesterday. But yeah, 29 bucks, nice micarta, Nitro V. Very good size. Like, here's the it's about the exact same size as a PM2. It's a little shorter than a PM2 actually. The smock though, I think the smock and it were really close in size. So you can't beat it. It cut me this morning bad, Pete. You have to go back and watch the beginning of the video. But the TACOM got me this morning. I learned something this morning, that if you carry a knife that's made for a right-handed person, if you carry it in your back pocket, you need to put it on the other side of your pocket. Because normally, like if this is my back pocket, I've been carrying it over here, and then I put my wallet in beside it over here, and so my wallet went down and caught the thumb stud and kicked it open in the middle of my pocket like that today. And I reached in and cut the top off my knuckle. So if you do carry a right-handed knife in your back pocket, you need to put it over on this side. So I finally learned that this morning, after doing it for the last year and a half, like the other way, without cutting myself. So if you put it over here, the blade is tucked against that side of the pocket, and there's no, your wallet coming in and out won't affect the blade. So that's a much smarter place to put it. But if you don't carry two knives, one in your front and one in your back pocket, I guess you don't have to worry about that. But it is now officially mine, Pete, because it did bite me. Yeah, I had this one in the front pocket. But it's the same way. If I was to put this in my left pocket, it would still open out into the middle of your pocket. Unless I flip the clip, but you can on that one. But yeah, this one was in the front pocket, so this one had to go. And if you're going to sit on a knife, this hammered finish is much more conducive to being in a back pocket than this pretty milled one. So this one, the beauty one, yeah, I could remove the thumb stud, and that would probably fix it. But moving it over to the other side of the pocket is a smarter idea overall. Let me jump into this real quick. Shouldn't take but just a second, only a couple screws. So, yeah, this one fails super easily. It needs some more detent. I actually got it to fail less than halfway. Yeah, look. That's failing bad when you can get it to open that quickly. So we will find out if my tuning it works. So the two clip screws were T6. There's one T8 on the back here. And luckily it's on the liner side where all this is coming apart, so it won't take long to fix this one. There's that. No other screws holding the liner in. But there is a lot of oil and a standoff spacer. Alright, let me wipe this oil off while I'm in here. Uh-oh. I was like, I lost the stop pin, but it's right there. Alright, so as you can see, it doesn't have much pressure at all. It's barely, I mean, it doesn't have, it should have more than that. So that is a factory flaw. And I'd say so I'm just going to take it, what I normally do is I just flex it a couple times. And that added quite a bit of pressure, as you can see. Now it's way in there. So I'm going to now reassemble it and see if it affects the motion negative, or if it just adds the detent I needed. So give me just a second here to get her back together. All right, pivots on. Back screw is on. Pivot is tightened. Come on, stupid screws, act right. All right, clips back on. That didn't take but a second. Now, let's see if I can fail it. Nope. Still closes very nicely. The lockup went way over, but you can see it doesn't take much to get it to close. A couple of little non-hard shakes, but let's see if I can get it to fail at all. It doesn't want to fail. Yeah, I can't get it to fail now. Huh. So there you go. There's how you fix a knife if it doesn't have enough detent. You can see the lockup on it is past halfway almost. About 50% now. I could probably take a little bit out of it and still have enough detent. Because it definitely, the lock bar is over a little further than I would like. But I'm not going to do any more of that on this video because that'll bore people. But that's how easy and quick it is to fix a knife. And it didn't affect the the drop close action much at all. It closes good still. So that's cool. But this $29 Kaiser is a great deal. I actually bought one of these and sent it to Keep It Scale Stupid just because I know he likes budget knives, and this one was on sale and I was feeling generous. So I just bought him one of these for 29 bucks, and it should arrive tomorrow. So I hope he enjoys that knife. He's new to the knife world, so I thought I would get him another Kaiser. He just bought my Doberman a couple weeks ago, so now he'll have 2 Kaisers. He'll have a Kaiser collection, and he'll be on his way to having a whole case full like I do. Yeah, I wanted to see what the Amazon gift thing would do. I didn't know if so I was able to put his address in and just have it shipped straight to him. Out for delivery, out for delivery. Oh, I just got I think maybe the Chinese people were watching me because I just got a new message. I told her what time my videos would start this morning and that I was going to talk about her company. And she just sent me a new message on WhatsApp saying they have a price list of ordinary series folding knives. So let's see what this means, or what this is talking about. So these are some more of their knives, I guess. Let me zoom up here so we can see them better. 1,200 pieces, $2.36. Is that a minimum? Oh, minimum order quantity. Yeah, I'm sure that can be dealt with. But that's pretty wild that you can get 420, $2 a piece. Let's see which one of these, if I was going to buy some gas station knives, which ones would I buy? Wow. Corkscrews. If it's got a bottle opener or a seatbelt cutter, I don't want it. Wow. These are crazy cheap gas station knives. There's a multi-tool for $3. There's one for $2.50, $2.36. Fixed blade for $2.64. That's pretty crazy. Oh, we got some knife sharpeners. A Balisong sharpener. Wow, that's pretty wild. Some what, slip joints for $1 and a little over $1. There's a tactical shovel, $3.43. I think I've seen some of these like on Amazon, but this one, this CF21 is $1.71 piece. Like, oh, there's definitely one. I've got one of these I bought off Amazon with the flashlight, and the seatbelt cutter. $3.21. Wow, that one's got a... We're almost to the bottom here. We're getting closer. But these are garbage knives. I mean, they're... I guess, yeah. These are garbage like flea market knives and gas station knives. But I guess if you had a gas station, you could make some money on them, or at least break even. Hey, there's a something that almost looks like it's titanium. Huh. Pretty wild stuff. Oh, that's got that Shiro pattern on it. That's funny. $3. Oh my goodness, are we... Okay, we finally reached the end. Wow. You got a fixed blade with a scope? That's pretty awesome. TC's got a video out of his acquisitions from the from Blade Show. Too many to list, so go check that video out. Let's see, what else did I have to talk about today? Stuff for channel. I guess that's about all I had for today. Oh, they did honor my my order from Concept where I got them 50% off. I was kind of worried about that, but where I got $420 worth of knives for $210, they did ship that order. Oh yeah, the giveaway. So I'm glad you reminded me. I wasn't going to forget completely, but I do need to pick a video. Yeah, it was a code for somebody, Pete. Employees or something. Oh. Yeah, it's probably an employee code or something. So, the giveaway. I'm going to pick a video here. Let me see. It's not going to be today's video because I'm going to make it a little harder than that. I know which video it's going to be. It's going to be my Riot Zorro unboxing. So, I will put this video link in the description of this video. So, let me get the proper link without the time code. Alright. So, you need to go to this video, my Riot Zorro unboxing, and you need to comment hashtag Just hashtag Blade Alchemy. Hashtag Blade Alchemy. So that's how you do it. Go to my Riot Zorro unboxing, and like I said, I'm about to go right there now. I'm going to go to manage my channel. I'm going to go to the live we're on right now, which is this one right here. I'm going to edit the title and description. To enter, just comment pound blade. On this video. Alright, so to enter, just comment Blade Alchemy on this video. So that is in the description of this video you're currently watching. So if you go to this video, the description should be changed now. And it should, the description should, whoops. Down here in the description, it says, to enter, just comment Blade Alchemy on this video. I am going to edit it to say episode 150 giveaway. To enter, there you go. I didn't spell episode right. Episode. I can't spell. Episode. Alright. So all you gotta do is go to my Riot Zorro unboxing, comment. Hashtag Blade Alchemy. Yeah, I'm going to let people who see this in the comments of this video enter too. Because if they're one of the... so yesterday's video, I don't know if y'all can explain this to me. But yesterday's video has had 211 views. And the video the day before has had 92 views. So there's a lot of people that are going and watching it afterwards, and I appreciate that. Scott has been one of them during the week because he's unable to he's not been able to watch, to join us during the week, so he's been watching them when he gets home from work. William, hashtag Blade Alchemy, yes, but it has to be on my Riot Zorro unboxing video. And since you're in the chat, I will give you that link. But it has to be on that video. Go to that video. I don't mind this time if it's not, because people will have to come to the chat or contact me to claim their prize. So if they're not a regular, they're going to get skipped over and gone to the next person anyway. So it's going to end up being somebody that wins that's active. But I do appreciate also the people that go and watch it after, instead of just catching the live, because there's a lot of people that can't catch it live. But the fact that 211 people watched it yesterday, says that there's a lot of people that watch it afterwards. So I do want to include them in this 150 episode 150 giveaway. Who knows what the episode 200 giveaway will entail, but at least for this giveaway, that's how we're going to do it. Who is Lazy Boy? I don't know. Is that somebody? He's a lurker then. Oh, that's JT. And I guess I will have to figure out a way to make people verify that they are who they say they are if they've won. Because just in that case, I wouldn't know that Lazy Boy was John. And I don't know who half the people are in the chat that comment on my videos. Yes, William. Good morning, Fred. If you want to enter the giveaway, check out the description of this video. All right, Fred. We'll check you out on the knife edge. Thanks for hopping in. It's Saturday, and I'm going to enjoy my Saturday. So we're not going to be around too much longer this morning. I would like to look at a few more things. I don't feel like I've looked at enough knife stuff today. So I'm going to head back to Reddit for a minute. And I'm going to go to my homepage on Reddit and see what comes up here. Somebody else got their duckling yesterday, it looks like, I can't wait to check mine out today. I hope I like the size of it. It won't be too small for me. Somebody watching my video wanted one of these and ran across one and found one and bought one. So that's cool. I've showed y'all mine on video a couple of times, and he saw mine and wanted one, and he asked me where he could find one, and I didn't. They're not available, so he went and tracked one down that somebody sold on, I guess, Knife Swap, and bought one. So that's cool. All right, William. Have a good day, sir. Let's see. What else we got going on Reddit Knives? There's the factory, KMS factory. That's the one we were talking about. So he bought one off of AliExpress. And got a hold of the factory and got them to post on Reddit today. So that's probably where that post came from. Let's see. What else we got? Got watch stuff. We got belly buttons. We got a Rosie and a Shaman, or a Bodacious. More watch stuff. Oh, I didn't show y'all the other knives that that company produces. Let me bring that up real quick. So they make this this Smith & Wesson boot knife at that factory. They make the old timer boot knife at that factory. They make these Bokers at that factory, which are these models of Boker. So all 5 of those Bokers are made at that factory. So they do OEM stuff. This is a little video of some of their display knives that I didn't see all of these in the catalog. But this is at their booth at a knife fair in Canton, I believe. She sent me that. This is one of their Bokers that they make. This is their packaging a little bit with the for the Boker. This is the model that I was interested in, of course. Y'all saw that one. So Reich makes some crazy knives. What are we talking about here? Okay, so Lefty. What happened? See Lefty's review of the Flatanium Arcade Light. Yeah, I did see the Arcade Light, but I didn't see Lefty's review of it. Yeah, there's a Reich knife that I want. There's a few Reich integrals that I want. Let's see. I believe that's one of them, the 1508S. Yeah, I think that's one of them that I want. And then I want a let's see. There's another one that they make. Like I want one of the Thor models, but they're pretty like Predator. But there's one of the Thor models that I want, but it's not that one. It's it might be the 5. That one's not as bad. Yeah, I think it might be the 5 that I was wanting. Let me make sure. No, it might have been the 2 actually, but without the Damascus blade. Maybe they've got a 2. Yeah, I think that's the model that I wanted. Yes, that is the one I wanted. It's the Thor 2. But I like the 5 second best, probably. And then, oh yeah, they're great knives. And then the Flatanium Arcade Light. I did see it. Smoke Black. I don't, see, I didn't think, I saw a DLC one. So that's why I was wondering, yeah, they don't sell oh wait, yeah they do. So they have 2 different blade, okay. So let's look at the lime green one with black DLC. Yeah, it's definitely not shiny DLC, that's for sure. Like, for instance, Kunwu's DLC looks way different. Well, that's not a good angle on it. I guess maybe could be the angle the picture's taken at. But you said he scratched it? S390? So it's basically T15 S390. The equivalent is T15 high-speed tool steel. It's from Bowler. S390. It's got a lot of vanadium and tungsten. So it's like CPM Rex T15. It's something that Kunwu decided to use on the Gringo. Yeah, Vanex is a cool steel for sure. But I only see it like being needed if you live close to the ocean. I mean, I don't have enough salt around me to use to need Vanex, but yeah, Kunwu's DLC is a little different. Like it's shiny and it's super durable. California, yeah. So I think Kunwu's DLC is outdoing everybody's at the moment. But their DLC is something else. I'm trying to get the fingerprints cleaned off of it so you can see it good. But their DLC, I would take a key right now and scratch this on camera and not be scared that it would scratch my knife. So their DLC is something else. And Vanex, Vanex, I don't yeah, I don't think it looks nearly as shiny as this DLC, but it could be the angle. Like I said, I think Kunwu's got DLC locked down right now. I think I'm carrying this knife today. I've never carried it. I've never carried this in my pocket. So I think it's going in my pocket today. Good morning, Burnt Relic. Aloha. Hola. Holly Molly. Holly Moly. Y'all ever watch those Russian guys? Kriasan? Holly Moly. Y'all know the Russian guys, Kriasan, that I'm talking about on YouTube? Pretty funny. Yeah, Pete, you wouldn't like the LCT. You need to get you a drift, a regular drift. I've had all three. I've had the Drift L, and the Drift LCT. And the LCT is way too thick for you. The reason I bought a Drift, not realizing it would be too small. And then I got a Drift L, and it was too thin. So then I got a Drift LCT. And it would be too thick for you, I would say. I like the wider contoured scales, but the only reason they're contoured is because they're so thick. The other one doesn't need to be contoured because it's thinner. Yeah, I love the Rincon. So this is going in my pocket today. I like the Catch. So the Catch is another one of my another one that I want to get. I like the Catch. That's a pretty knife to me. And I don't like the fact that the Rincon, they don't make a plain version. Oh, no, it is. It's not the Rincon. It's the, I do like that version of the Rincon. It's the, Which one am I thinking of? Which one only comes in, oh, maybe they started making some new models. Oh, the 9. So I want a 9, but I want one that's plain without the carbon fiber. So if I had to get one, I would get this model probably. But I really like the 9 also. But I want a plain version, just a plain titanium one. I kind of like this version too. I might get that one. But I just want a plain titanium one. Yeah, it's the 9. And the catch I like. And I do like the Rincon, the plain tie Rincon. But I think I like, since I've already got a LCT, I think I like the catch because of the shape of the blade. And I get the KNSW is my favorite versions. Good morning, Slightly Candid. Yeah, the Rincon is a cool little knife. Let's go see how much one sold for not long ago. Rincon. 14 hours ago. No, 5 days ago, a Drift LC sold for 180. 5 days ago, a Rincon sold for 300. So this version of the Rincon sold for 300. That's the one we were just looking at. It looks pretty beat up too. It's got scratches all on this side. Well, I put gloves on now, buddy. You already scratched it all up. But how much are they? How much are they new that it was still sold for 300? I don't even know where I was. Maybe I was back here somewhere. No? Huh. $340 new. So that's not the best of deals. 26 days ago, a Rincon sold for $295. That's the thing about quiet carries, is they keep their value. 1 month ago, a darker version sold for $300. There's an MBK Old Guard. I gotta have that knife. Yep. I gotta have an Old Guard. There it is. Yeah, I'm carrying my quiet carry today. I still got to finish widening my hole on mine. Although if I carry it, I could get used to it. Man, I love my the action on this thing is just so sick though. I can't wait to compare this to the ducklings today. Man, action is so good. Like, you can't ask for any better action. Like, just blade weight alone. Perfect. All right, guys. I think we're going to start ending this one up. I'm glad I fixed the detent on this thing. It's way better now. Still closes fine. Once you get past the liner. I appreciate y'all for being here today. We will do it again tomorrow. Tomorrow I will draw the winner. If you want to enter the giveaway, just read the description on this video and follow the directions. Not very difficult. Yeah, happy Father's Day to all my other dads in the chat. Y'all got to be here though for the giveaway. So go comment hashtag Blade Alchemy on my Riot Zorro unboxing video. That's how you enter the giveaway. So yeah, go find my Riot Zorro unboxing. Comment hashtag Blade Alchemy, and you will be entered for the giveaway tomorrow. If y'all need me, you know how to email me. If y'all got any questions, if y'all want some free stickers, hit me up in my email. I'll send you some stickers. I got some stamps. I don't mind sending them for free, so if you want some, hit me up. And join the Discord. So please join the Discord. It's very simple. All you got to do is go to my YouTube page, and at the top there's a link. And I post knives for sale on there, all kinds of good links. No, it's not protected. I don't think. No, I know it's not. All you got to do is go to my YouTube and click that link at the top. I don't have it password protected. I just joined it last night from a random computer, so I know it works. Yes, Scott, come talk with us in Discord since you can't talk with us in chat. We're on there just about every day, so I am. Anyway, guys, love y'all. See y'all tomorrow. Thanks for 149 episodes. Be kind to somebody today, even if it's just something little. And we'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.